Second time, and I call the honourable member for Lyons.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thought there was 8 minutes left, but that's good. Good. Indeed, as I was saying yesterday evening, what is most important to Tasmania is Bass Strait. It is a critical link to the mainland. It is a critical link also currently to international shipping services, which in the last 5 years have been absolutely decimated. In fact, they've been removed completely. One of the reasons for that, Madam Speaker, is the cabotage arrangements that were put in place by the previous federal government, and I welcome wholeheartedly the comments that were made by the Prime Minister in this place this morning in his announcement about the repeal day next Wednesday in relation to taking a serious look at the cabotage provisions as they currently. This has hurt my state enormously, more than any other place in Australia. A regional community that depends on shipping to be able to move goods on and off the island has been hurt enormously. And unfortunately, you know, the previous Minister for Infrastructure in my state, Minister O'Byrne, who was dealt a very harsh blow on the weekend, I should note, not being able to regain his seat in the seat of Franklin, he spent 3 years doing nothing, whilst businesses in my state were hurting indeed. Yes, Madam Speaker. So anything we can do to support exporters is a good thing for my state. And I echo the words of Sally Chandler, who has spent much of her life advocating on behalf and working with exporters in my state as a consultant. And anything that supports exporters is indeed, as Sally Chandler suggests, very much welcomed. But as she also points out, the export industry is not for the faint-hearted. It does come with challenges, and those people that are prepared to look beyond our shores, to take our goods and services to foreign climes, is not for the faint-hearted and does involve risk. It involves risk every day, but their success ultimately becomes local success and ultimately their community's success. And this is why exports are so important to our nation and to my state. And governments can provide their support to supporting the export industries in a number of practical and tangible ways. And I referred earlier in my speech to the free trade agreement that has recently been signed by the Minister for Trade and Investment with South Korea. And this indeed is an enormous benefit to many businesses and service providers within this country. And as does the Export Market Development Grant Amendment Bill 2004 to also do that in a practical way. It is indeed welcome. And what it does is go beyond the $50 million that was an election commitment that we made. We are a government that will keep our promises, and this is another indication of doing exactly that. It is indeed welcomed. It also proposes increasing the maximum number of export market development grants that can be applied for by one organisation or business or individual for that matter from 7 to 8. Now, this is a very practical enhancement of the existing scheme. Having worked for many years with customers in Asia, in Japan, in China, in South Korea, indeed relationships are important, and building relationships is critical. And business never occurs, unless the price is wrong. Business never occurs on the first or second or third instance. Often it takes repeat visits and it takes repeat efforts. And this practical extension of the scheme from 7 to 8 potential grants is indeed welcome. Similarly, in terms of small businesses, reducing the threshold for eligible expenditure from $20,000 to $15,000 is indeed an enhancement that will help small business. Will help small business that is the backbone of our economy. It will help small business to be able to access these grants in a far more practical way. These are the people that fly economy. Deputy Speaker. These are the people that don't spend their money on business class airfares, and so this practical reduction is another way that this bill will be an advantage to them. It reduces the current $5,000 deduction from the applicant's provisional grant to $2,500, and it provides for quicker payments of the grants in years of low scheme demand or where additional funding has been provided. Now, for an understanding of that, I would refer the House to explanatory item number 7 within the notes attached to this piece of legislation that makes a very clear case that this will be where the department is quite aware of the fact that all of the money will be paid out in that particular year. They have the provision to be able to bring that balanced distribution date forward. This is a really big advantage for small business. Absolutely. This is about cash flow. That's right. And this is a practical way that this is helping businesses in this way. These grants have been in place for 30 years, and indeed they are a practical way of supporting small businesses. They often are supporting businesses that are getting into this space, that are looking to expand their businesses beyond our shores into the export markets. And it's really about helping businesses that are helping themselves. And, Deputy Speaker, this is very much something that is dear to my heart and dear to my party's philosophy around how government should be supporting businesses. They can use these funds for attending international trade fairs or for marketing product overseas, or to bring potential buyers to Australia to see their products in its own environment. And can I say that product origin, obviously in food, is increasingly important, but I've seen it also in the field that I worked for many years, exporting wool products. Whilst I spent that time in the market talking to customers, more often than not, when I got those customers to come back to, in my case, Tasmania, it was the producers themselves that were the very best salesmen. They were the people that got the deal over the line. People like Julian and Annabelle von Bibra, Peter and Anne Downey, Julian Cotton from the East Coast, Adam and Gronya Greenhill, John and Isabel Atkinson, Will and Nina Bennett, and Frank and Prue O'Connor from Avoca. Anyone that has been in business will know that if you don't have a marketing budget for international sales, then you are way behind the 8 ball. And a diverse range of businesses have benefited from this in my electorate in the past 12 months. They include tourist business, they include agricultural businesses, and they include pharmaceutical processing businesses such as TPI. Indeed, we're about to embark on another part of exporting our food produce. I'm very excited, and I know exporters within my state are celebrating the fact that we have a government in place that understands small business, that understands the importance of exports, and I commend the bill to the House.
Thank the member for Lyons.